I felt that if I told people that I was pregnant and they were going to start shooting after a while, maybe I do it or don't. But people will never cast a woman who's pregnant.
That is so
It
terrible.
is just not how it is. And they will never cast a woman who's just delivered a child because they have questions as to how will she manage and what will happen. You know, I was reading scripts while I was pregnant, and a lot of times, I will not name them, some very big directors, I couldn't come and shoot because I was pregnant.
Sure.
And those films have gone ahead and done really well. One of the directors I always wanted to work with was Mani sir.
Correct.
And they were casting and I couldn't come. I've seen Charan work really hard over the years, and Tarak has worked, Junior NTR has worked super hard for this film. And they both are amazing actors and they both have worked really hard. And this film is just, I think, answers to all the hard work that they put in over the years. RRR did really well. I'm very happy for Rajpali sir for what he's achieved. I mean, it's huge, and he deserves every molecule of success that he's gotten. Motherhood is it's a blessing, and I'm so happy and grateful that Radha chose me to be her mom.
Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Speak Easy. This is a Mother's Day special, and today my guest is a very special mother. Beyond that, she's extremely talented. Language has never been a bar for her. She is an Indian actor who makes us proud in all languages, for all kinds of movies. I'm talking about, of course, the beautiful Shriya Saran. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Beautiful house. Thank you for inviting us for doing
Thank
this.
you.
It feels like a safe space. A lot of motherhood is the fact that your child feels protected and safe in the environment that you bring the child up.
I always wanted Radha to grow up with grandparents. So when she was born in Barcelona, I feel it was a quick decision. Almost like my instincts told me that I wanted to be in India with my parents. And it's beautiful that every time I'm gone for work, she's with my parents. She's extremely in love with her nani nana. She calls Andre's mom Babushka. She
So
comes
cute.
and visits her a lot, and so it's beautiful how much she loves them and they love her. Also, I have a great support system. My nanny is amazing. She's like a big sister to Radha. So it's really important, I feel, to create an environment where they flourish and where they enjoy and where they have where they're happy.
Where they're happy. And you rightly said, whether it's the trolling or whether it's the fact that you decided to be protective about when you would share that news of your pregnancy or that you were having a child.
Yeah.
And there was a reason for it. I would really like it if you explain to the audience why that was important for you. And of course, the fact that how you've dealt with the kind of societal, prejudices and the trolling that happens.
Trolling is easy not to be bothered by. I just don't read any of my comments. So if it's a happy comment, if it's a nice one, I like it. But otherwise, I just don't react. And surprisingly, over the years, people have stopped writing negative stuff.
Yeah.
There's very little negativity that you find on my page. It might not have spicy comments, but there's always like happy, very appreciative comments. And I think if there is negativity and if you don't react to it, it kind of dies out. So that's the mantra that I follow. When Radha, when we got to know that Radha is with us, and I was very happy that she chose me to be her mother. But it was also a time when COVID was rising. We got to know, I think it was April and May maybe. And then, a lot of my friends and family and people I knew were either suffering from COVID, or, you're getting these messages where they wanted a bed or oxygen cylinder. It was just a very hard time.
Yeah.
And I just didn't feel like it was her time to be shared. Then when she was born, I thought maybe now, but then I thought maybe when I go to India and then I'll share her. And then when I was in India, I felt, why not I share her when I start working, when I lose all my weight. Because it's a very, I always wanted to get back to acting, and the industry is very, it's a visual medium. And so
And slightly judgmental also,
it's
right?
very judgmental. So I felt, why not I do it after? And so then I worked hard, lost all my weight, and when she was 6 months old, I announced. It was also great to be in Barcelona, walk, go to the beach, be fat, like,
Taking all that fresh
take
air.
all the fresh air and enjoy, because there was no one to judge, to figure. I was just doing my own things. But at the same time, I was very lonely. I miss family and friends terribly. Like, they never saw me pregnant, and they never touched my belly, and that's something that I always miss. But COVID was a strange time, and now here we are. She is 2 years, and it's been a beautiful journey.
You were protective about it because of the kind of judgments that people often say that, you have to be a certain way in the industry. And I think it's very unfair
It is very
for mothers.
unfair. I was reading scripts while I was pregnant, and a lot of times, I will not name them, some very big directors, I couldn't come and shoot because I was pregnant.
Sure.
And those films have gone ahead and done really well. One of the directors I always wanted to work with was Mani sir.
Correct.
And they were casting, and I couldn't come. And I actually felt great that I was pregnant, and I wanted to really enjoy the whole time. And so it's not that, then when I started reading a lot of scripts, I felt that if I told people that I was pregnant and they were going to start shooting after a while, maybe I do it or don't. But people will never cast a woman who's pregnant.
That is so terrible.
It is just not how it is. And they will never cast a woman who's just delivered a child, because they have questions as to how will she manage and what will happen. And that's just how it is. But thankfully, when I read music school, which is coming out on 12th of May, I actually told my director that I was, that I just delivered a baby like 4 months ago, and he said that's fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine, as long as you can manage and you can leave Radha and come. And then I felt that the only thing I asked Papa Rao sir is that, listen, just make sure that you make a movie that Radha will one day be proud of. That's all I ask for. Anything else, I'm not asking. This is what I'm asking for. And that same thing I asked, I told Abhishek. I said, Drishyam, I'm doing it. I went for the narration, I loved it. And I said, listen, you know that I have a baby. And he said, that's totally fine. But I said, listen, just make sure we make a movie that we love. And that's what happened. And with Tapsa.
Amazing.
So
and you were so good in it?
All these directors, they were very supportive. In fact, for Drishyam, they were extremely supportive. I think I underestimated how people I was going to work with, because the whole production was super nice. The first question they ever asked me was, how's Radha and how are you?
So cute.
And I came to Goa with Radha. They always asked me about her. They were really sweet. So I think industry is opening up, and people are more they're not making stories only for an 18-year-old falling in love in college, but they're making more mature stories where you need women who've seen life, felt life, and it really doesn't matter if they're mothers or not.
And this reminds me of how Karina and even Alia, right?
Yeah.
When she was pregnant, I remember that she called it out, saying that, what are these things about whether she'll go back to doing a project or she's taking a break, and she called it out. It's so important. And she said that, it's ridiculous.
You don't ask men,
Yeah.
they just
I'm
go.
sure you know about that, right?
Yeah, because the point is that you leave your child behind, and then somewhere people think that the whole responsibility of a child comes on a woman. I feel like up until you're feeding your baby, yes, it is a huge responsibility that a woman has. Um, but but a lot of it, I feel a man has to share, which happens and doesn't happen half of the time. But if only that happened, then there would be no difference really, because it's not just a woman who's having a child; it's a couple that has a child, and they're two partners.
Yeah.
To it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But that's just how it is. So for me, luckily, because no one saw me pregnant and no one saw me losing weight, so it's like they're like, "Whoa, what happened? Were you pregnant?" Thankfully, I have some pictures of me being pregnant. Otherwise, you would never believed it.
But they were beautiful pictures coming to that you mentioned.
Yeah, we did some shoot in Barcelona when I was pregnant, and
Amazing.
10 days later she was born. Yeah.
I want to know how that moment was when first you held her in that.
I was in
Anecdotes.
Spain, Barcelona, which is very. My doctor was amazing, but over there on Sunday, if the doctor doesn't work, they don't come for delivery. So I had a random new doctor who came for my delivery. She was born on Sunday, 10th of January. When they took me to the operation theatre, I literally felt like I was on a movie set. Because it was just so I felt like, is it really happening? And then they put you on that chair and they tell you to push, and I push. Because also, I didn't go through any of those classes where they teach you and nothing. Maybe I just went for one where they taught Andre how to massage and how to massage my back before. Just when you get into labor.
Yeah.
But that's it. Nothing. I didn't know how to breathe, nothing. I went with my instincts and I started pushing. And then the nurse comes to me and she told Andre, tell her to push, not to shout. So I'm like, shit, whatever they told me in the movies was all a lie.
Yeah, it was not that easy.
Because in movies they make you shout, because that works. But in real life you don't shout, you just push.
Yeah.
So she's like, push, don't shout. And I'm like, whoa, this is not a movie set. It is real life. But then she was out in 10 pushes in 20 minutes she came out.
Yeah.
And I visualized my childbirth for 9 months every day, telling myself that she will come out in 20 minutes. And she did come out in 20 minutes.
Wow, that's some kind of manifestation.
Some kind of
manifesting from you also. No?
It was crazy. And then the whole everyone was wearing a mask, and the nurse came and she removed my mask because it was the peak of COVID, and then she puts the baby on my chest, and then Radha reached out to hold my face, and I think that was it. That's the most beautiful moment of your life you'll never forget. Yeah.
Talking about beautiful moments, here's another. You said it's a happy anniversary picture that you put out, and indeed, are you happy? Excuse me, how gorgeous do you look?
Thank you. We
Both
actually
of
got
you.
married in the house right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
I want to know about that moment.
Yeah, so we got married at home. I always wanted a small, simple wedding, and we only had 100 guests at the wedding. So it was really small, and I make a lot of enemies, but it was a small wedding.
Oh, did you get that? Oh, I didn't get invited.
Yeah. But at home, we just had really close friends and my parents, and it was just very special. And yeah, because this is my first proper house after I moved to Bombay, and I wanted to make it special, and it's a memory, and it'll always be a special memory.
I feel like even the jewelry is enough, not too much.
Thank
Everything
you.
is so perfect in that way. So I want to know your thoughts behind it. And also a lot of people have that, I want to get that kind of ring, I want to wear this kind of jewelry. What were you going through when you were deciding all those?
I wanted to keep it really special and simple, so it's a sari that my mum gifted me when I'd gone to Banaras.
How lovely.
And my other and the blouse is made by a friend called Sitara Gurige. She's from Bangalore. And the jewelry we handpicked over the years. So it's something that
And it's
my
re-
mother's been, you know, getting it, or something that my dad gifted, or a bit of the gold is from my mom's jewelry, and something that I went and bought. So it's a mixture of a North Indian and a South Indian bride.
Yeah.
Because if till my teens I lived in Haridwar in Delhi, most of my last 2 decades was in the South, and I'm highly influenced, and I love the tradition. So I wanted to look like a South Indian bride, but with a North Indian twist. So it's kind of a mixture.
Kind of perfect. I mean, like, hello, look at that picture. It worked out
Yeah,
fine. Also,
yeah.
Andrew, it looks like pretty comfortable. How
Yeah.
was that discussion? He's really enjoying himself in the pictures as well.
Yeah, we
So
my
comfortable in the
Andre's
setting.
outfit was a gift by my friend. Um, he wore, I think, Rajat Tangri, who's a friend of mine.
Correct.
He also did a lot of my lehenga at the wedding. So Rajat Tangri gifted Andre his outfit.
Did you have like a dream proposal ever in your mind when that was happening? And do you think, oh, I want this kind of a ring. I hope he proposes like that. And did it turn out to be like that?
No, I just wanted a simple ring that I could wear every day. Yeah, it was handpicked. And then actually set by my jeweler in Bombay. So, but Andre, he kept it a secret actually. So it's quite special. I didn't know anything about it
Oh,
till the
really?
time. Yeah.
So he just popped the question like you didn't know at all the day?
No, I didn't
How
know.
did it go then? What happened?
We were on the beach in Papua Islands, which is on the extreme end of Indonesia. So it's like right above Australia, and we were diving there. So
Oh my God. This is setting the standard pretty high for everybody who's watching, right? Now
Thank
you know, Andre, well done. Like, we know you have, Shreya's heart, but I also know he's amazing. You see, also the Paps love the two of you, and I feel like you've also normalized, showing affection. You're a couple, and that little sweet kisses that you'll do on, red carpets and whatever is also normalizing that, right? It is so important. I love that. I want to know about that.
I think it's kind of normal, the part of world he comes from, and I think it's normal in India also. I think we always been very affectionate people. We are very loving, very welcoming. We are the kind of people, if you come home, first thing we ask you is you have chai, coffee, food, and that's
I
us.
agree.
So love and extension, showing love is an extension of it. I don't know where we got lost, where we can't show affection in public, and I don't know how it got lost. We just did it. I mean, for me, if I'm standing and if Anders sees I'm nervous, he'll come hold my hand, and I get nervous even still.
Yeah. Usually like calming you down on the red carpet. It's so sweet.
Yeah, I still get nervous a little bit.
Oh, it's always nice to have someone who understands that, right?
Yeah.
I think you all are amazing, and I see that there's the understanding that you guys share. On that note, how has motherhood changed you?
I feel it's changed a lot. I'm more passionate about my work now than before. So before, I think I didn't value my time and my life as much as I do now. Today, if I have time, I want to take Radha for a swim, spend all the time that I have with her. I want to capture every moment. And when I go for work, I want to make sure that the work that I'm doing is worth it, worth leaving her behind. That one day she'll watch my work and she'll be like, wow, I'm glad you did it.
How sweet.
And I'm glad I hope I inspire her. I've always seen my mom as a very hardworking woman and very super, super strong. So even till today, her students, they send her gifts and they write to her. She was a chemistry teacher for 11th and 12th standard. And she's changed lives. She made sure that if there was a bright student, she would work hard on them, or if there wasn't, then she'll help them. A lot of people say she gave her students wings to fly and really help them see their dreams come true. And she was extremely beautiful. Like, she had long hair and She was that one sexy teacher everyone had a crush on, literally.
Ooh, listen, I've just, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she was always very beautiful. But so then I saw her working really hard. I saw my dad working really hard always. And I think that kind of led the foundation in my mind to be very hardworking, to be dedicated, to not take life for granted. And I think if she sees me working hard, hopefully she will not take life for granted. So that's my thing. And also, now, you know, I think there's a bit of, you feel that a beautiful responsibility that you have. And I learned something from her every day. Like, you know, she'd be just holding a ball and make a game out of it, or like create a little story in her head, or play with like an apple or just like a spoon and like making drums out of it. And that teaches you a lot to be a child forever, because they're forever learning, kids that age. And that's a great quality.
One thing that I really miss when I'm not home and mom's away is ghar ka dal chawal.
Yeah.
And I know you're that person, right?
Yeah.
How much do you miss, and you've been shooting for a while, how
Yeah.
much do you miss that? It's very connected, right? Food and mud, like in a way.
When I'm in Bombay, I always take food to to my shoot. I don't like
Ghar ka
ordering
dal
out.
chawal?
Yeah,
Do you love? I'm sure.
I love ghar ka khana. Like, I love it. But I feel Radha also loves Indian food. She
Even
loves
like rice?
spicy Indian food.
I'm sure she's eaten a little bit of rice and stuff, right?
Yeah, she
now.
loves spicy Indian food.
So yeah, we were talking about favorite food, and you said that she loves Indian spicy food, ghar ka chawal, ghar ka dal. What is your comfort food? Is it also that? Chawal
I
is everybody's
love ghar
comfort.
ka Indian khana. I am very passionate about rajma, chole, chaat, bhel puri, golgappe.
A plate of rajma chawal is everything.
Is everything, yeah.
I love it. Okay, on that note, of course, before I have to, of course, mention what a year you've had, Shriya.
I'm very grateful. RRR did really well. I'm very happy for Rajpali sir for what he's achieved. I mean, it's huge, and he deserves every molecule of success that he's gotten. Drishyam 2 was directed really well, and I think it's a great story, and everyone acted so well. I'm so happy it's done well. So yeah, it's been great up until now. And now music school is coming out. Kabza did well in Kannada, so yeah.
You know, an all way different kind of work. I want to say that
Yeah.
moment how you felt when you saw Ram Charan up there, when you saw NTR, both of them giving all the international interviews,
Yeah.
and globally being accepted. You were a part of a project.
Yeah.
You know, you were appreciated for what you did, and
Yeah.
everybody, all of your fans were like, you know, this is amazing, because the songs. I mean, we won an Oscar for original song. How crazy is that? I want to
Yeah.
know, for someone who was a part of that film, for RRR, how do you feel?
I think what's
and about your
amazing about
co-actors?
Rajmouli sir is that his lunch breaks and everyone comes and sits together on the table, and the food which Rama ma'am will get. The music is always amazing in his films, and it's amazing that he works with the same team. So the same Kirwani sir, or the same like music, the same Senthil, and the same all of them. And it's beautiful that they are a family over the years. I've seen Charan work really hard over the years, and Tarak has worked, Junior NTR has worked super hard for this film. And they both are amazing actors, and they both have worked really hard. And this film is just, I think, answers to all the hard work that they put in over the years. So it's amazing, and I'm really happy for both of them.
Just absolutely wonderful chatting with you.
Thank
you
you.
so much for taking
Thank
out your
you.
time to sit with us and do this.
Thank you.
You're an awesome mother. So happy Mother's Day. A little
you.
message for everybody who's watching, and let's end it.
Happy Mother's Day to all of you. To all you beautiful, lovely mothers. You all are perfect. I know we always feel there are days that we are not perfect. Like some days when I can't feed Radha because she doesn't like eating from me. And there are days I feel like I'm not perfect when by mistake sometimes she falls or hurt herself. But I think we all are perfect. We all are amazing. There's a lot of hard work. Each day you learn something. And as long as I can help Radha find her own dreams and help her fly and find her own wings and find her own direction, I think I'll be very happy. And to all of you, lots of love And motherhood is it's a blessing, and I'm so happy and grateful that Radha chose me to be her mom.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
You're
you.
lovely, and I'm rooting for you all the way, Shriya.
Thank you.